I trust that in the last tutorial you completed an exercise that developed a sketch of your local community that really is intended to help you to gain a better picture of the places where life occurs in the community around you, where people are conducting social activities that are related to the areas of life in the community. And that will be important for you to apply into the future in other settings as well. Now, we're in level 2 still, and we've talked about the fact that participant observation is still a major part of your learning here. That's something that will be ongoing, and that the Become Equipped to Communicate resource explains for you how to use that. Now, we're going to focus our time now on working with daily routines, which is the second of these level 2 learning activities, in addition to participant observation, and you can see the corresponding page numbers there that you should be reading. Now, this activity is designed for people at this early stage of language and culture learning because it helps you to find ways to engage with the simple sentence structures in language and the common questions in a framework of sorts that occur in those cultural situations that are regularly occurring routines of life. The daily routine activities that people around you are participating in, those are the ones you're going to engage with. And then you'll be learning to be able to talk about eventually those common activities with your friends and neighbors, with people around you, those relationships that you're beginning to cultivate. That you'll begin to understand the regular kinds of things that people are involved with every day, and that becomes a good bridge and context for you to build relationships with people. Even though at this level your language ability, of course, is still limited, nonetheless, there are handholds that are presented through that process. So in this section that we're presenting of the BEC, you'll see sample daily learning plans, and the kind of master plan in particular that helps you to understand the basic activities that you'll use as a level 2 learner. And you should read through that carefully. You're going to take part in as a learner and use that as a basis for learning these activities, that series activity and daily routines from the life of the community around you. And in the process of beginning to do that, you're going to first be identifying the common activities that people participate in. And then you'll also, in the daily routines activity, you'll be learning to understand basic descriptions of those processes and contexts for routine activities. And then we'll also help you to be able to understand common questions that are asked about daily routine activities. And again, not for you to feel overwhelmed by that the plans build those in for you systematically so that you have access to them, and that they're appropriately introduced based on this level 2 learning that you're experiencing. So you'll go back to, in the second half of the level then, you'll go back to these regular common routine activities and you'll re-experience them, but you'll have a greater, at that point, obviously a greater toolbox of understanding, a greater understanding ability, a greater cultural awareness, a greater language ability, and so that you'll be able to engage in those activities in a much more natural way. It's worth saying that many learners have found video, the use of video, a useful tool for level 2 particularly, because it helps you to process your way visually through activities that are common. And so in the next set of pages, you'll be able to see an explanation of the procedure for making videos in a simple way. And then there'll be examples of videos that are available on the website that you can view to have illustrations of how to do that. And so at this time, then you're encouraged to engage with the pages that relate to the use of video and other things there. Now, as is the case with our level 1, we talked about what it is that we're focused on learning in this level, in level 2, in the daily routines. There's, again, a self-evaluation at the end of the level, because we want you to be reflecting yourself on the ways in which you've effectively completed all those learning plans for the level. And if you've done that, if you've processed your way carefully through the plans, you should be able to fill out that self-evaluation and be able to answer adequately well or extremely well in each of the questions that's asked there. And so we challenge you to be faithful and consistent in applying yourself to the plans. And then now it would be good for you to look at these pages and to read through that evaluation, to get a feel for the kind of change or incremental increase in language that's occurring at level 2 as contrasted with level 1. You'll notice that in level 1, more of the focus is on word and phrase level structures, whereas in level 2, much more of a focus on discrete sentence level structures. And that's the case as you work your way through reading those pages that present that self-evaluation for you. So you'll see there that by the end of level 2 and thinking through this, what we've just discussed, an overview of this level, that you'll have spent a lot of additional hours now in participant observation, taking part in observing community activities. You can see the investment of time here, that you'll have spent a lot of time in daily routine activities with a range, trust a bit of a larger range of local people who've been willing to regularly invest with you and share with you in the daily events that they're a part of all the time, the life routines for them. And then you as a learner will be learning to function in the community and in more culturally appropriate ways in those general activities of daily life. To be able to talk about those activities and give simple description for them, discrete sentence level, and to be able to apply good questions to the use of those activities. And here, especially understanding questions that are appropriately asked in relationship to the steps of the activities. Now, these daily routine activities are a really ideal way for you to have an excuse, in a sense, or a reason to spend time with people and to talk with them about the things they do every day, which most people are very interested in talking about themselves, of course. So by the end of level 2, you should have developed some good relationships with local people who are interested in being friends with you and who want to help you because of the vested interest in having spent time with you to settle into the community and to see you continuing to learn. And you would have by now, just as a reference point for you as a level 2 learner, a fairly established routine of regular activities and people that you can spend time with and that you could regularly be spending time with, that you would be establishing that routine, that this will serve as a good question and answer, sentence level foundation of vocabulary and language that will help you to establish yourself, plant your feet, in a sense, for the launch into the next level of learning, for the launch into even deeper relationships as you engage with level 3, which we'll introduce to you in our upcoming tutorials.